It was quick. I don't wash my hands.
Oh, well, that's
right?
Can't remember everything that we mentioned before about, I guess, like, hopes and dreams, so to speak, for, like, things that could be changed or added to Fire Emblem Heroes.
Oh, yeah. First thing, number one is they need to make programmable defense strategies or programmable like defense AI. Seriously.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny, I got blasted on Reddit at one point in time for suggesting something like that. I would be okay just getting to like have like a little toggle switch that's like, you know, how does the AI play? Defensively, mediocre, offensively?
And it would be like, don't attack the opposite weapon triangle, you know, or if you're a healer, don't attack until like it's necessary, or don't attack unless you can get a kill. That's what would be a great one. Like, do not attack unless you sweep the person.
Right.
Just the game is so exploitable and mundane because of the fact that the AI is attack the nearest thing. You know, it's not like that people would be like, will argue would be like, you know, all Fire Emblems are like that, but they're really not. Like, there's some Fire Emblems in the past where the AI is actually, you know, smart and like does things that you wouldn't really expect.
And I think that I think it would go a long way just because it would open up the avenue for some builds that aren't viable right now, and not viable because of strength, but because of like the way the AI acts. I mean, a couple of neat things have come out of this behavior. Neat things meaning things that ruin my arena run, but otherwise there's just like a subset of builds that you just can't put on an arena defensive team. You can run it as a player team, and I'm not necessarily saying that the AI has to be as good as a player, but there's just some things that you just really shouldn't do for your defensive team, and it's sort of a shame that you just have no hope of doing that.
Yeah, I mean, owl tomes are dead in the water for sure. Anything that requires being a spur. What's the one that the skills in the A slot that
all the bond series of skills.
The bond skills. Those are freaking amazing skills, but like you can't use them in your defense team. And it's just like, why? It would just be so simple, like just to like assign every single character in your team, like even just like 3 options, like go offense, go defense, don't attack the opposite weapon triangle. Just don't do that. You have triangle Adepton. Why are you don't attack anything that's not what you're supposed to attack? And it would, I know a lot of people would be like, you know, but arena is challenging as is. I'm like, well, it's supposed to be. That's where I'm at. Programmable AI. Number 2 for me would be decrease the weapon triangle efficient or like effectiveness from 20 to 10%. Yes. Yes. I think that, like, you know, the game, it's so easy to exploit the weapon. It's just like there's only one way to win, and it's by using the weapon triangle. And I feel like you can really have some amazing units shine if you use them in ways that you wouldn't really expect. But there's always just one way, and it's, you know, blue versus red. And in certain Fire Emblem games, you know, it's not, you know, the way to win is not always just using a sword user to kill an axe user. It can be like, you know, blocking. You know, you're not at the optimal effectiveness to take on this person, but you need to put this person here because they can you know, hold the line for a while. And in certain games, I don't want to bring up older Fire Emblems too much with you, Deltran. Dan, you're the man. Seriously, you wear it on your sleeve that, you know what, you've never played any Fire Emblems. That's what I love about you, man. And I don't, you know, I'm not like some. I say a lot of I'm a troll and I say that I'm an elitist, but I really like, I love, you know, what Heroes is. It's probably my 3rd favorite Fire Emblem game in the whole series. Wow. And I've played them all. Thracia 776. Oh, I'm gonna get hell for calling it Thracia. It had the lowest amount of weapon efficiency, and I mean the strategy was that much higher because of it. You can't rely on this mechanic that's, you know, rock paper scissors. You gotta think a little bit outside the box with it, you know? And I think it would bring up the challenge a little bit more.
So would it be all right if they kept that percentage the same? You vanished. Would it be okay if they kept that percentage the same?
Sorry.
You're fine. If they kept that percentage the same but had another game mode that maybe wasn't that different from the normal gameplay, but actually dampened or maybe close to eliminated the weapon triangle. Would that be something
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, that'd be awesome as long as they didn't make it based on movement, which the new mode, what is it called? Rival Domains. Yeah. Man, that is like so shoehorned. That is, I get like people are like, what? You don't like Rival Domains? It's awesome. Like, no, not when I can only move 2 units and we all just move as a clump towards the. You do is just move as a giant clump towards the end goal and just kill hordes. You know, the best part of Fire Emblem is diverging, and it's so easy just to have your unit be as a clump and just have people come to you and break off. You gotta have incentives to push forward and be aggressive, and I don't think that mode does that. It's just like, oh, we're same with tap battle. It's like they're like just kind of throwing anything at the wall and hoping it sticks. And tap battle's kind of fun, I guess, but it's just like what is this where we're at now? Like we're just I don't know. Do you play tap battle? Because I get my dailies and that's it. I do the least amount of the least amount of effort into it. That's it.
I don't really play it that much. This second time around, I've been trying to do more of the hard boards the first time around. Not perfect. Mm-hmm. Like, there's some people, I've seen the pictures like, oh, I missed the last tap, and so I have, like, 49 out of 50. Yeah. I'm like, no, did I get through? Yeah, that's fine. Did I get that B? Is Faye the owl sleeping? I don't care. That's fine.
Yeah.
But, I mean, aside from, like...
that's what I was like.
Yeah.
That's what I was like when I first started, but then I realized it doesn't even freaking matter. It does not matter. You still get your rewards. There's no incentive.
This video demonetized by...
Yeah, immediately. Just put a sound effect over it. Just put like a... I don't know, the debuff effect over it or something.
Oh, that's such a good idea. See, that's one of the reasons why your videos are so great, by the way, is because of all of the sound, all the animations you do.
I think about sounds that resonate with me, and I just hold them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. And I have a 3 terabyte hard drive of sound effects that I got from, you know, back when I went to school for digital audio engineering.
Wow.
And I just keep that with me. So that's... But I mean, most of my stuff isn't like sound effects. It's like memes and movie quotes and just stuff that's, you know, stuff that resonates with me. You don't have to be, because it's like there's certain people that you'll get the one person who will come and like, oh my god, that reference, like I haven't heard that in so long. Like in my I forget which video. In one video I did a line from Kenan and Kel.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, where the episode where Kel, they try to sue a tuna company for having a screw in the tuna, and at the end, Kel breaks down and he goes, "I put the screw in the tuna," like over and over and over and over again, and I just put that in there because it's just something I remember.
Right.
Pretty vividly. I mean, all memes start somewhere. Like, when you're late to a meme, like, it's super funny, but you're like, where does this come from? You have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where the chicken shotgun comes from, but it works, you know?
Yeah.
Either way, yeah. Yeah. So there's that. Oh, wait, okay. So let's talk more about changes. Future changes. I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Sorry, totally derailed you.
Yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, the weapon triangle, the defense. God, there were some other things I wanted to. I had other things I wanted to talk about for changes in the games. God damn it. Oh well. Either way.
Wow.
I guess arenas. I wish arena scores were calculated differently. I wish it rewarded you not just for BST and merges maybe, but like, I wish it rewarded you more for team makeup and smart teams and.
Right, there's no room for that.
Yeah, for sure.
I think everybody wishes Arena was calculated differently somehow, and I think everybody has a different opinion on it. But no, it's one of the. I remember talking with. I talk with people about builds and teams all the time, and so we're just having a conversation where that was pretty much the punchline. It's like, no, it doesn't reward you for a smart team composition. It rewards you.
Yeah.
Basically, purely by star rating and how many SP you spend. I mean. I don't know how many times I've done build videos and I can't say literally never, but close enough to never recommend Aether as a skill on anybody. It is not as good as other options in several different cases. And I mean, Aether's good on several builds, but no, that's almost all I run for my Arena teams, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to keep a team that's staying as high as it is.
For sure. And you want to stay in tier 20 because it's you know, people want to watch tier 20 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to watch tier 20. I don't want to watch tier 19.
Right.
I want to watch tier 20. I want to see the whales swim. I want to see the whales blow holes.
Yes, exactly.
You know? But yeah, it's strange, and it's like I don't know how they would fix it, to be honest with you, because I would think about how you would calculate proper team makeup. It just like it doesn't. You know, how else are they going to do it?
Mm-hmm.
One thing I wish they did do, though, is have your defense team. I wish they had it so it was like an alternate loadout, so you could change your skills and not have your defense team be affected.
That would be wonderful.
Honestly, not just for yourself, but for everyone playing. Like, I get so frustrated whenever I see... whenever I battle somebody and they have, like, you know, not even for memes or for lulz, they have like Sword Veiler and like no seals and like, you know, Hone Dragons, but there's no other dragons on the team. It's just really frustrating, because that's like, I feel like the defense team is like here I am, this is me, this is this is who I am, you know, this is my defense team. This is me to the world. That's like the only level of P2P interaction we get, pretty much, is this is my defense team, I'm representing, these are my best units, you know, bring it. See if you can beat these guys. That's why I'm like, all my changes that I want are like about the defense team, because I you know, and that's kind of why I started this YouTube channel, to be honest with you, is because I felt like there was so little PvP interaction, like, and I spend so much time on building these characters. I'm so proud of them all, that I wanted to show them off. I want to like interact with people. I want to say, hey, check out these builds. I want to see your builds, you know. And you can't do that through the game. The game doesn't let you do that.
No.
The game doesn't let you see your team kicking some other team's ass. You know, the AI, like how you're, you know, that would be so awesome.
I would love to see the replays.
Oh my god,
that would be fantastic.
That's a little bit too much to ask for, because that's.
I don't
like,
think so.
That's
I don't think so at all. I think you should be able to see that. It's not like they have to like literally record a video there. They just record all the movement, and then they can play it back. There's nothing random about that, so they could do that easily. They could provide that to us, and you know, don't keep it around forever. Just keep it around. They only show the 10 most recent victories anyway. If they just keep, you know, limit it to those 10, I think that's it.
Wait, you get more than 10 victories. What are you doing, Deltran, that I'm not doing? Seriously,
it's not every week.
I get people. Honestly, so this week I got most of my victories were people that clearly surrendered just so they could write messages to me. Like, I'm not even making this up. Like, 3 of my arena defense teams are people who are hey Choopi, hey Choosi, you know.
That's
or
cool.
Like back in the clack. Yeah, it's awesome. It's surreal for sure. Oh my god. Yeah. So I don't know what you're doing. I put Wings of Mercy on my characters. I mean, but I don't get that many defense. I'm not. I wish I could see, I wish I could see a ratio of wins to losses for my defense team.
It is nice to know, like, how many times are you really losing, like, did you get 3 wins out of 4? Did you get 3 wins out of 304,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just to know if I'm doing it right, because you don't know. You don't know unless you're in that perspective. I rail on people's defense teams in my videos when I'm like, this is bullshit. What were you thinking putting this why would you put all enemy phase units in your defense team? This is like so easy. You just let them walk to you and die.
Right.
Why? It's just like, I wish I could just see a perspective of how my defense team, and I think they could play that up, and that, because to me that's like one of the most enjoyable things. Like I said, it's who you are. It's like it's your tag. All we got right now is our lead character without their weapon, without summoner support. That's the one thing I kind of wish summoner support would transfer over to Arena.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of people would disagree with me, say it's too hard, but my Lachessises is not it can't really hold her own without her summoner support.
Is that actually how you pronounce that? Because I have a hard time pronouncing her name.
It's Lachessises. It's an actual Greek name.
Okay.
And yeah, I used to. When I first played through Genealogy, it was I called her Lachessises and I didn't realize until I was like, what am I going to name my kids? And I just looked it up. and I saw the pronunciation, because I don't know.
Oh, that could have been embarrassing.
Fire Emblem. Yeah, right. We're naming her Lachessises. We're naming her Lachessises. Well,
there you go.
It's close enough. Yeah, right. Anyways, yeah. So I'm pretty defensive oriented because I think that has the most potential. For sure. I would love to see other people's teams too. I would love to see other people's teams. That would be so great.
Yeah.
Well, I had oh god. Okay. I had an idea for something. I had like an epiphany. You can probably like zoom back to 10 minutes when I went like this, but I forgot completely what I was gonna say. Anyways, yeah. So yeah.
Well,
it's my first stream, people. It's my first.
Wonderful.
I know I say extreme stream, but I don't actually stream. It's all recorded. Big shock, guys. Yeah.
So
did I think I was about to think? I don't want to be so negative about the game because I love the freaking game for sure. We can talk about.
I was gonna say, here, let me ask you something. You started to dive into it just a little bit before. Obviously, on my channel, I do a lot of builds and talk. I don't talk about team composition a lot because it takes me too much time to make team videos. But
yes, that's one of the things I was going to talk about. Was you got? Oh, it's you.
No, go ahead. No, please.
No,
by all means.
Well, I was gonna say like. You make a lot of team builds and stuff like that, but you never know how a build is actually going to work until you put it in action. There's something that I learned more from this game, and it's what's on paper doesn't necessarily translate to practice.
Right.
Is what they would say. And like, there's certain things that people like for me, I get roasted all the freaking time for my builds. They're like, why would you do this? Why would you put Rex Caliber on your Inigo instead of Raven Tomes? Like, don't you want him to? And I'm just like, well, he doesn't need to be criticaling colorless. I already have these characters. It's about team composition more than anything. You'll get tons of people saying put reposition on your Sigurd, but you'll never get anyone saying put reciprocal aid on them and Wu Dao. but that's the thing. Like in practice, I run these teams so much to get this footage. I run them so much, and I'm constantly tweaking. And I realize like my support characters need to have a strong player phase. They need to be supportive. and then they need to if my walls need help, they need to be able to charge out there and freak some shit up. Or,
yeah.
You know, just mess things up. So I put Wu Dao on my Sigurd with Moonbow, Vantage, and Distant Counter, and that most people would say that's dumb. But the thing is, he comes out there, he does his damage, he procs Moonbow, and then he's in Vantage range, and nobody touches him, and because of Distant Counter as well, and it works so well. There's so many times he just becomes a check, and
there's more,
and you go Lachessises. She has Miracle. Miracle is amazing if you have if you have other characters with Wings of Mercy. Miracle is amazing because it gets them down to Wings of Mercy range so reliably. You can, and that I actually like playing it. These videos with Lachessises, it's like people are like, why are you attacking with Lachessises? It's like, so I can get, like, look, she gets down to, I'm attacking, I'm doing damage, and then Wings of Mercy, all my characters, like the freaking vultures, like, start picking away. Anyways, yeah. So, I know what you mean. Like, it's like, people are really into their builds that, I don't know who tells them what builds are good. It's you and who else? You guys.
As I say, video-wise, me, Brotel, Phoenix Master, Guardian E. There's some other people. There's a lot of
Sacred Spear. Sacred Spear. Oh. Dude, come to Discord. What are you doing? Okay, anyways.
Oh, he doesn't watch my videos. He's never going to see this.
So elusive. Yeah, right? So elusive. For me, like, it's just whoever I got, I rolled with. It didn't, you know, it's whoever the RNG gods said, this is who you're gonna run now, and this is still the same people that I ran with up until, you know, for the whole year. I pulled that first banner. I pulled Marth, I pulled Tiki, and I pulled Katria. And I pulled a Robin too, but we I pulled a minus attack plus HP Robin before skill inheritance, and he was on my team, and he taught me the importance of spurs for sure. He taught me the importance of spur defense, and he also got me through the Takumi hell that was the first 3 months of the game.
Yeah,
but yeah, whoever I got, I was happy with. You know, that's the way you should play. You should love whoever you get, because, and I didn't put it down a dime back then. I should say to you that I played the game, you know, for the first like 2 weeks, and I was like, I hate this game. I'm not playing this anymore. This is just a grind fest. I don't play Fire Emblem to grind. I play linear Fire Emblems, fixed XP. This is not my Fire Emblem. There's bunny units coming out. I don't want any part of this waifu bait. I'm not here for this. This is not my Fire Emblem. But I loved it. I honestly loved it. And I love builds and everything. And then that freaking amazing Choose Your Legends commercial came out.
Yeah.
You know, people hate on that commercial. People don't like that commercial for some reason.
Well, Lynn doesn't have green hair.
Yes. Yes. Dude, it reminds me, it brought me back to like the 90s, 90s video game commercials.
Oh yeah.
Were live action like that. And I'm a huge SNK, I'm a huge retro video game collector. I used to collect Neo Geo AES games. And like the commercials, all the commercials were live action, like and it just brought me back to like that era. And the fact that they had like scenes, the scene from Fire Emblem, you know, it's not spoilers anymore, but the scene where you know, Grell dies to the Black Knight. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Right. Sorry, guys. Skip ahead. You better put an annotation right there before I say that. Right. That was.
I'll put in one right now saying sorry. Spoilers.
Yeah. Right. You know, ruin the game for you. There's a that was so badass. I loved it. And then the fact, you know, the where they all spread out and like it's your 4 characters, and then they're all like helping out, and like, you know, Roy is fighting, and then Lynn comes in with her horse and like shoots her bow. Dude, that drop. I'm like, I gotta play this game. It's cheesy that a commercial got me back into it, but it got me back in hard. And then I was like, you know, building characters and having a great time doing it. And I didn't start spending money. By the way, I am what they would call I don't know, because I get flack for having a +10 merged Amelia now. But I got pretty broken like 4 times by her trying. So I had a +3 Amelia. I'm not really too attached to Amelia as a character. Like I like Sacred Stones, and she was like I liked playing, training her up. I like training units. I like female armors. Armors are my favorite class in the Fire Emblem in general, but not. I don't like what they did with heroes. How they kind of. I don't know. They're fine. I mean, they're fine. Anyways, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I started dropping money like in the performing arts banner. That's when I dropped money for the first time, and because I saw the potential, I was like, these dancers are so important. They are everything. You know, these dancers are what are needed to dominate this game. Inigo, I need a green unit so bad. I had Katria, I had Tiki, I had Marth. You know, I need a green unit so bad. Right. And this guy fit my dynamic, so he was the missing piece. Because up until then I was running Lynn, you know. Just, you know, she was there. And I didn't like it. She's everyone's peerless warrior. She lets you know that. She does. And the majority that I spent it on was that banner. That's like pretty much half of it, with the dragon and the Inigo, and then with this movement banner recently, because I was just like, I'm going all in with the Amelia, so I dropped like $200 and got the rest of the merges. Oh shit! Shoot! I just remembered that's what they should do. They need to change the Bane, the Bane numbers. They need to make minus attack needs to be -2 for sure, because it's like they already with the refined weapons, they're basically saying, you know, attack is better than everything. Yeah, it's better than everything. Then speed, then your defenses, then HP. Just the fact that there's a +5 HP skill in your A slot and not a +3. Minus HP should be -5. I know people would not agree with me. I think it should be -5. It's -4 right now, I'm pretty sure. Right?
I thought it was -3 unless you had the Super Bane in that particular.
Wait, what's a Super Bane? What are you talking about?
Oh, it's What? Well, the short the very short answer is that usually the variance in IV whenever you have an IV is 3, but sometimes it can be 4.
What decides that? What decides
the way
Super Banes?
Well, the way the heroes are built, technically each set has a growth rate value that determines when they level up. They're different. Yeah, whenever the points actually get added. And so, without going through the whole math, because that'd be really boring to do right now, you have depending on how the growth rate is, to a point where like it gets on like an odd number of units math-wise, and so there's actually a while technically everybody says, oh, it's -4 at the top, really what it is that you just barely miss getting that extra point that you quote-unquote should have gotten because you had that Bane on that stat. But it works in the opposite way too. You can have a super boon because, you know, that plus, that extra point that you have.
What the fuck are you talking about?
This is the black magic, man. This
doesn't make any sense. No, because I'm wondering, because I have a minus HP. I wanted my Lachessises to not have a minus speed. I realized speed is so important on her. I had minus, and so I have minus HP, and it's -4 for her Bane. And I'm just wondering why it's like that. Because I thought defense and res are always -4, right?
No. No,
what?
it's
No?
The default value is -3 for all of them. It's just that once in a while, like I said, it's based upon this growth rate indicator that nobody sees. It'll sometimes be -4 instead of -3, but 3.
Because there's no actual growth rates in this game, you know?
Well, there are. They're just hidden from you, and they're very consistent. It doesn't like roll, so to speak. It's like, all right, if your growth rate is 7, here's where you get all of these.
You are blowing my mind right here. I really had no idea. I just thought that HP was -4. I thought it was just like because you know, if you refine your weapon, you put in defense and res, you get +4.
+4.
I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Go for it. Go for it.
So yeah, I think that a minus attack Bane should be -2 because it just, you know, people would not be as, it would actually be viable, you know?
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's some characters that are okay with an attack Bane, but yeah, there's some that really aren't. And while the margin of heroes that don't care what IVs I get is pretty large, it's still debilitating to be like, oh yeah, I got the hero I always wanted. Oh, they're minus attack, you know. So it's
for sure. I mean, that's how they do damage. Besides proccing specials, but I mean, that's like almost everything, you know. It's very important. I will say, I still think. Listen, let me tell you what. We've been really negative about this game like the whole time. We've been like two old men being like, this game sucks and needs to change.
Fire Emblem, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got your, you know, you got your tower defense and my Fire Emblem. God damn it. Anyways, but no, that's what. That's really. That's I don't. I understand the enemy phase focus now because it gets people through like chain challenges and like, you know, bound hero or whatever, grand hero battles. I mean, I'm guilty of it as well. I mean, you got to have one good wall with quick riposte, maybe guard on there. Guard's best
great.
skill in the game. Oh my god, most underrated skill. When I was like, I know the potential of this skill. I put guard, dark breath, quick riposte on my Tiki, and the rest was history, y'all. Oh my god. I just like, that is so much. Guard is, because it's one of the only B skills that also works in your player phase.
Right.
Yeah, it's so good. Anyways, so things I really like about this game. When it first came out, I was really happy that they got rid of, because in Fire Emblem, there's skill. Their skill is a stat, right?
Okay.
You can dodge attacks in Fire Emblem, right? And it's based on skill and it's based on speed. So speed is how you dodge attacks. It's also how you double. So speed is just overwhelmingly the best skill, the best stat to have in the game because it determines so much. It determines your offense, it determines your defense, it determines everything. Getting rid of skill, getting rid of dodging, another thing people will chastise, old fans. I loved it. I remember I put in a forum post in Serenius Forest, and I was like, I want future Fire Emblem mainline games to not have. I love what they did to simplify it. It's more like chess. The more it makes the game even. One of the defining factors of Fire Emblem is how rigid the system is. You know exactly. You should know exactly how much damage you're gonna do to the person before to the enemy before you even make the move. That's the great part about Fire Emblem, is that it's so rigid, and getting rid of the ability to dodge and the ability, the RNG in that, it just makes it all that more rigid and all that more strategic, and simple. And I mean, there's some beauty in that. What do you like about Fire Emblem Heroes?
I was gonna say, so there we have it. Like 23 things we hate and 1 thing we like about Fire Emblem.
No, there's definitely more. I think okay, I love the attention to detail. I mean, the throwbacks, more often than not, they are so meticulous with the throwbacks. Like the way they take maps from older games and like make them smaller, that's just so cool to me. Like seeing old maps and like making in mini size, oh my god, that's so freaking cool. Like the genealogy of the Holy War maps that they threw in, I would just love that. The subtle touches you can see in the conversations, or the level 40 conversations are great. The throwbacks to the stats, in most cases the stats are pretty much where they would be. Like Lynn had high resistance in her game, and there's only a few mess ups. Micaiah calls Yune Yoon for some reason, and it's pronounced Yune. And what else? People say, I'm getting back to Lachessises. I love Lachessises. People say Lachessises' art is terrible and like doesn't reflect who she is. I think it's freaking awesome, honestly. I think it's perfect. The thing that's problematic with it is that the art and the voice acting don't really mesh. Cause the voice acting is very sultry and like confident, and the art is kind of cutesy, but she has the duality of both. She's a princess, for crying out loud. She's gonna be a cute person, you know, she's cute. But I don't know. You gotta play Fire Emblem, Deltran. Which one are you gonna start with, really?
I plan on it. I do plan on it. I think I have to play one of the really early ones. Otherwise, I'll play something more modern, and then I'll get snobbish and not do it.
Hold on. Let me show you. Hold on.
I'm in for it.
This is the type of guy. This is who. Okay, so you think I'm an adult because I got accounting book right here. What is this? Check and payment, deposit and register. This is for big boy stuff right here. This is a big boy book right here.
Right.
You know, I'm an adult. This is what I do. And then it's just like you open it up and like, nope, sorry, this is all stats for original Fire Emblem here. Seriously, I played Fire Emblem 4 blind, and when I got sick from work, and I was just like, I need to play a game because I need to do something, and I was just hooked in this magical world, and the game was so epic, and the maps were amazing and intertwined. The political intrigue and espionage was just so amazing. The scope of the whole game is unparalleled. One of the best stories ever told in gaming, in my opinion. It's great. I highly recommend it, but I don't think it's the best one to start out with. I played through it blind. I didn't even know what the pairing thing was, the pairing dynamic was.
Right.
You know, people died that I shouldn't have died. You know, kids were made who shouldn't have been made.
That's a nice
it was
sentiment.
a blast. That's my one thing that I highly recommend to anyone trying to get into this series. Please play these games blind. Please play these. You cannot go into it and be like, okay, what do I do? I'm confused. I mean, you can't. These games are made to be played as an individual, unique experience. That's why you're not going to see everything on your first run, but you're going to have an amazing, unique experience if you play through blind and just take it all in and be open to fail, because you probably will. I don't know. People are gonna come in, they're like, they post on, they're like, oh, I'm about to start this game. Is there anything I should know? Should I play with a guide? Should you play with a freaking guide? It's a freaking video game. Do you want to, like, what are you doing? Why are you playing this with a guide? I'm
trying
sorry,
to
if I'm
maximize
stepping on your
games.
toes.
Come on.
Oh my god. Do that on your second playthrough. Do it on your third playthrough. When I played through Genealogy, I loved it so much. I played through a translation.
Really?
And on my Xperia Play, my first smartphone. Do you remember the Xperia Play?
Oh yeah. I remember.
A great design in a terrible, honestly terrible. It was dead on arrival. The specs of that phone were awful. But for me, never having a smartphone, I was just like, this is the shit. This is like the best. So I played that game through, and I mean, I remember being at work. I was a one-on-one in a school, and I remember just like when there was story time, I just flip it out and like be like, okay, I gotta take on Eldigan and his Cross Knights right now. This is, guys, you read, you know, I am Peter Bunny. I'm down here. So in Augustria, I played through it, and I played through the translation, and the problem with the translation at the time was that it crashed at the end.
Oh.
It crashed right at the end. There's nothing you can do about it. It's crashed at the end. So, I know it sucked. So I played through the whole game again. I bought the cartridge, which is still up. I mean, it's up there if you can see it right there. I bought the cartridge and I played through the whole thing again. I played through the whole thing again with a script, like immediately after. That's how I know it's an amazing game. That's how you know it's an amazing game, if you play through it again. And you're not going to want to do it. Well, you're not going to want to play through twice if you play through with a guide, for sure. Because, I mean, it's an adventure, right? It's supposed to... Why are you playing these fucking games? That's what I'm wondering. Oh my god. Top 3 favorite games in the series. Number 1. Genealogy. Number 2, Radiant Dawn. Number 3, Heroes. For sure. For sure, man. The game is awesome. It's awesome. I love it. And people are like, oh, it's all about, you know, wary fighter, bold fighter, vengeful fighter. The thing is, like, the thing is, those skills have balance to them, because if you can't have vengeful and bold fighter at the same in the same slot, so you're leaving one phase open for sure. You know? You can mitigate it with a breath, but still, basically just have high speed.
Well, you know, it's funny that there's several builds out there that people think are very dominating, or like are it. And as a matter of fact, I mean, I guess I'm part of the problem. I'm sitting on a +5 Grima, Fallen Robin, that has bold fighter, quick riposte. You know, he's sitting there and he has, I mean, like, he's covered, completely. And I even buff him whenever I'm playing with him. But you know what? I encounter him plenty of times, and I still get lots of flawless arena runs. So
yeah, you wipe him. You gotta. I mean, he's not that hard. Lachessises for me takes care of him. Obviously, you have a Falchion user. He's done. One hit for sure. Yeah, no, there's always an exploit for every single... I mean, that's how the game should be. Right. People should complain about these units. Oh, they just have, 16 speed, and then they mitigate all the other stats and everything else, and they're unstoppable. Like, no, there's always an exploit that you can find. You just gotta look at it and... analysis, you know? My friend runs Grima. He loves them, but he's just like, this game is too easy now, and it's just like... Nah, man, you're just not. You gotta go to tier 20 if you right, because you will find in tier 20 there's gonna be some armor smashers, there's gonna be some Falchions, and there's gonna be a lot of salt along the way.
Oh yeah. And it's funny, you know, the as far as like builds go, I do try to present strong builds in my videos, but I like to go ones that are a little bit off the beaten path and maybe like go up against the meta a lot, because I find in my experience that what I find impressive and what kills my streak is never is never just
It's
the
the things
green buff. It's either an
to throw you off.
Yeah, no, it's either a build that just makes no sense to me at first, or it is an interaction that, okay, sometimes I'm sort of asleep at a wheel because obviously I'm playing this at 4 in the morning trying to level somebody, but otherwise it's just an interaction that I didn't realize would work as well as it was going to. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, buff him, who cares, but then all of a sudden I'm like dead because I let Alphonse walk over and hit somebody, and I'm like, holy crap, Alphonse isn't allowed to kill anybody.
You gotta be awake for these things. No, I feel you, man. The ones that throw me off the most are the ones that are so left field. I rarely ever lose, but that's what I tell people. I never lose. If you see me in your defense, I just got bored. That's all.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, I just got bored. No, but
so
seriously,
that's what all those
that
8 are for. Okay, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. No, but like, what's it called? They I got rocked by an AOE freaking Sonya recently that said Nira, so I thought it was ex-Nira, but it was apparently somebody else who is doppelganging as Nira.
Oh, really?
She told me. Yeah, but it was crazy. I was just like, I could not believe. Anyways, so yeah, it's always the left fielders for sure. It's always the Draugs with Wu Dao, or the AOE, you know, skill infantry pulse teams that just blow you away. You know, you're like, what just happened? I have no idea. I should have turned animations on.
Yeah. Oh, and that's just the thing is, I mean, like, that stuff is not meta. It's not quote unquote powerful. And one of the reasons why is because it's hard to calculate for that. But I mean, like, yeah. So yeah, no one's ready for that.
You know what you should be ready for?
Spanish Inquisition?
No. The harsh command meta. Dude,
oh,
it's coming. The harsh command. I swear to God. You know
it's not.
You know it's going. Okay. Okay. All these chill skills they're throwing at us for sure. There's what are you going to what do you have to what's your defense against chill skills? Nothing. There's literally nothing you can do against chill skills. You have to eat it, or you have to plan your team accordingly and maybe have like a tank who's like specifically there to take chill skills. I guarantee you that chill is going to be the new meta, and the only way you can combat it is with harsh command. It's gonna be like panic ploy is now, like how because, you know, there's nothing you can do against a honed cavalry, a honed dragon, an armor emblem team unless you have panic ploy, and then you slice through them like butter. I really think that harsh command is going to be very important in the next month. But whenever I say that, people laugh at me. Like, they laugh and they throw tomatoes, stones, sticks. Yeah.
Well, I will say you're lucky that we're doing this telecommunication-wise, because I have a whole basket of tomatoes sitting off camera here.
No!
And they would have came at you.
Yo, I'm so triggered right now. Stop. You're actually reminding me of when I got pity broken by a certain tomato toe.
I was gonna say there'd be so many tomatoes coming at you. Just call me Leo.
Look, how am I gonna use this +1 to? How am I gonna use this +1 to attack speed? Oh God, please. I was like, when I first pulled him, like, oh, this is cool. Like, oh wait, this is all. He doesn't even. I can't. Well, they learned a lot. IS learned a lot. They're making it. They made a great game, but they're clearly learning a lot with their builds and their weapons and whatnot.
Yeah. It's amazing how garbage some of the original Heroes base kits were. And
oh my God. Yeah.
And now, it's not like you can't improve, but sometimes I look at it here and I'm like, there's no reason to improve. It does what it needs to do, and it's fine.
Yeah. Hana does exactly what she needs to do. She needs to have no, defense and resistance, but still have no one pass through her. That's exactly obstruct in life and death at the or like what were they thinking with that? Like that like it doesn't make absurd. Like what were they? I honestly want to know what they were thinking with that. Like
I do too.
Let's put life and death on her and obstruct. I don't even know what her weapon was, but I'm guessing it didn't have anything to do with obstruct.
No, it was the armor breaker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new one's Smasher.
Yeah, that made a lot of sense. Yeah. So she has no defense. Nobody can pass through her, and she's effective against units that have one movement. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, really. Anyway, so they learned a lot. I'm glad. I'm happy for them. They learned once they put out one.
Gigantic thanks to Chaz Aria LLC for the interview. It was awesome. I had so much fun. The length of his interview really stressed my the video development setup and computer capabilities. So I apologize for the abrupt ending, but link down the doobly-doo to his channel. Check him out. Seriously, his content is amazing. And if you like your Fire Emblem information hot and fresh like Grandma's cookies, hit that subscribe button. My name is Deltran. Thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate all of you, and until next time, take it easy.